What's up, guys? Welcome back to Chiefs Chat. Today we're doing the Chiefs versus Bengals AFC Championship game recap. And as you guys know, at this point in the season, the Chiefs have officially been eliminated from playoff contention. And we couldn't beat the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC Championship game. 24-27 was the final score. Evan McPherson with a game-winning field goal in overtime to win the game for the Bengals. And first and foremost, I want to say, shout out to the whole Bengals organization. A lot of fantastic players, a lot of fantastic coaches. Zach Taylor with probably, one of the best coaching games of his entire career on Sunday. Shout out to him, fantastic job. And they made some great halftime adjustments to be able to beat the Chiefs. It's as plain as simple as that. They just did a great job. A lot of smart play calls, a lot of good play calls. I think, their game plan really was to run the football. And you saw that a lot in the first half. Joe Mixon had quite a few carries, quite a few yards. He was, probably their best offensive player in the entire game. And really, they did their job, and they won the football game, So, great job by them. They did a fantastic job. But as for the Chiefs, okay, it was a disappointing season. I will say that. It was disappointing, okay? Chiefs fans are disappointed. And frankly, the rest of the league are left wondering what happened to the Chiefs this year. Why aren't the Chiefs the same team? Why aren't they as good as they were over the past couple of seasons? And what's funny to me is that the Chiefs made the AFC Championship game, okay? We made the AFC Championship game. It was held at Arrowhead Stadium. And here's what I can say about the other 31 teams. They would be ecstatic if their team made it to the AFC Championship game. They would be absolutely pumped up. They would be proud of their team. They would be proud of the job that they did, But that's not the case for Chiefs fans. That's not the case for this Kansas City Chiefs football team, okay? Everyone holds the Chiefs to a higher standard, Everyone expects the Chiefs to be in the AFC Championship game. And at this point, everyone expects the Chiefs to be in the Super Bowl because that's where we've been for the past couple of seasons. Sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes the better team doesn't win. And that's exactly what happened this season, okay? So yeah, it's disappointing. But we have to remember why it's disappointing. It's because this Chiefs football team is absolutely dominant, okay? That's the reason. That is precisely the reason why we are disappointed at this point in time. Okay, take a look at what we've done this season. Do you guys remember at the beginning of this season, after a tough loss to the Bills and after another tough loss to the Titans, people were talking about how the Chiefs were done. People were talking about how the Chiefs weren't even going to make the postseason. And here we are. 8 straight wins. We climbed our way back to the top of the AFC, and we made it to the AFC Championship game, okay? 4 years in a row now has the AFC Championship game been held at Arrowhead Stadium. You know what that tells me? We're just dominant, okay? We've been dominant over the past few seasons. That's something to be proud of. I am proud of this football team, okay? Take a look at where we were in Week 7. 3-4, off of a 28-3 loss against the Titans. People thought the Chiefs were done. And at that point in time, the Chiefs had the hardest remaining schedule out of any team in the National Football League. Even I was questioning the Chiefs' ability to make the postseason, let alone get the number 2 seed in the AFC. But that's exactly what happened. I'm proud of this football team. I'm proud of what we've accomplished. I'm proud of what we've been able to do. We've progressed a lot as a football team. We've learned a lot of things, I remember at one point in the season when the offense couldn't seem to score more than 20 points. We couldn't figure it out, We couldn't get the job done against a couple of easy teams, It's tough, but that's exactly what happened. And then a game against the Raiders where we scored 41 points, And then another game against the Raiders where we scored 40-plus points. We just started picking things back up. We started playing like the Chiefs that we know and love. And that's not a coincidence, We figured things out. We realized what it is that we were doing wrong, and we fixed it, okay? Fundamentally, this team is the best team in the National Football League. Take away the mistakes and turnovers and, frankly, once-in-a-lifetime coincidences, and I think this team, no doubt, is the best team in the National Football League. And we proved that this year. undoubtedly, we proved that this year, and I'm proud of us for it. You know, I'm proud of this football team. You know, we might not be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl this year, but we had a fantastic season, and we have a lot to be proud of. And guess what, man? We'll be back, okay? We'll be back next year. We'll be back the year after that. And we'll be back the year after that, because guess who? Guess what we've got on our team, okay? Guess who we've got on our football team? We've got Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in the National Football League. We've got Travis Kelce, the best tight end in the National Football League. We've got Tyreek Hill, a top 3 wide receiver in the National Football League. And we've got Andy Reid, one of the best head coaches of all time, okay? That alone is going to build you a successful football team. You know, throw on top of that, we've got Tyrann Mathieu, we've got Chris Jones, we've got some fantastic football players on this team. We're going to be back. And we're going to be stronger. Based on what I've seen from this team this season, we're going to be a better football team. We've overcome a lot. We've learned a lot, frankly. And, you know, the adversity that this team has shown this season, I mean, just take a look at what we did against the Buffalo Bills, who, in my opinion, is the second best team in the AFC. I mean, take a look at our ability to fight, okay? 13 seconds on the clock. It didn't matter. We drove right down the field and got ourselves a game-tying field goal. You know, sometimes it's just moments like those where, you know, you sit back and you really do think, you know, is there a single team in the history of the National Football League that could have done what we did right there? I don't think there was. You know, I really don't. It was a fantastic game. And, you know, we've done a lot of things this season that I'm certainly proud of. You know, a lot of fantastic plays, a lot of great games, you know, a lot of young players getting better. And that's exactly what we want to see. That's exactly what we need for this Chiefs football team. So I'm happy about this season. Absolutely happy about this season. And as for the game against the Bengals, you know, there's a couple of things that we could have done to win that game. There just is. You know, most people are thinking about, you know, the end of the first half when we went for it, you know, tried to get that touchdown before the clock ran out. And we, unfortunately, we couldn't get it, you know. We could have kicked a field goal right there. You know, got ourselves an extra 3 points, and that definitely would have won us the game. But that's not the decision that Coach Andy Reid made. And you know, there were a few things that happened during that game, you know, that'll just keep you up at night, you know. As a Chiefs fan, it'll just keep you up at night. A lot of people like to talk about the fact that Joe Mixon fumbled in that last drive that the Bengals had where they were trying to get into field goal range. You know, he got tripped up by his own offensive player and dropped the football. You know, got scooped up by a Chiefs player. You know, that was a fumble, right? You know, everybody knows that was a fumble, but, you know, Andy Reid didn't throw the challenge flag. It just didn't go our way, you know? The game was over. You know, you can think about those things and it'll just drive you crazy. But you know what, man? I'd rather think about the fact that we have a lot to be proud of. We have a lot of great things going on within our organization, and we've got a bright future ahead. You know, we've still got a dynasty, I believe, you know? So we've got a ring, you know? I'm happy with the ring. You know, we won the Super Bowl. I mean, we won the Super Bowl a couple years ago, okay? And we've been to the AFC Championship game 4 years in a row. You know, we've got a fantastic football team, and I'm super proud of it, okay? I think really when you take a look at the AFC as a whole over the past few years, the Chiefs have been dominant, okay? We've been the best team, hands down. And we've still got that group intact. You know, we've still got a solid group of players intact, and we're going to be ready for next year, okay? We're going to be locked and loaded. I know Patrick Mahomes is hungry for another Super Bowl ring, okay? So I'm excited, and I know you guys are too. So I appreciate you guys for, you know, watching, you know, stopping by, checking in, and you know what, man? It's been a great season. So I'll see you guys in the next Chief Chat. We'll be talking about some off-season stuff over the past, you know, next couple of months, you know, until next season starts, obviously. So, you know, I might do a Q&A. I might do a part 2 of my responding to your guys' questions. So be on the lookout for that. Follow my Instagram if you guys want to get in on that, you know, type of question, and I'll respond to it in a future video. That'll probably, you know, end up being my next video. I don't know, you know. Right now, it's just kind of open-ended because, you know, there's no football to talk about, so what the heck am I supposed to do, you know, right? But yeah. Be sure to check out for those videos. They'll be coming soon. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and you know, I'll see you in the next Chief Chat. Peace out.